We have another Zoom session with an American Song Contest participant, and this one is coming from the territory of Guam. Let's all meet and cheer for Jason. Good evening, Jason. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay. I guess you are our first interviewed person coming from the Pacific, right?
Yes. Yes. Correct. Yeah.
And what people don't actually know is that Guam is a very historical island because you have offered as a nation a lot to the Second World War. So
Mhm.
from all of us in Europe, a big thank you.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
You are participating in the American Song Contest. How did you decide to participate in such project?
Well, so I live I live now in Los Angeles. I left Guam to pursue music on a bigger scale. So I decided that Los Angeles would be a good state or a good place for me to come to. And I've the last 10 years here in California, I've been playing the reggae circuits, the festival circuits, and tour circuits out here nationwide. And I just got contacted by a talent scout. So yeah, and I definitely had to weigh the pros and cons to see if like a competition is something I wanted to do. Um, and then I realized, yeah, it's going to be a big platform to be able to showcase my music. So yeah, I went with it. I went with it.
Perfect. Um, and what are you going to showcase us?
An original song. I
Mhm.
can't quite say the name yet until I perform. But yeah, a song I wrote. I'm a songwriter. I've been a songwriter for many years now. So I'm very proud of this one song that I submitted for the contest, and it seems like the production really loves it too. So I'm excited to show the whole world.
I know you cannot say anything about the song yet, but what about its music style? What it would sound like?
So the music style, I grew up playing a lot of island reggae, all kinds of different versions of reggae, roots reggae, things like that. But this song is a little bit has a little bit of like uh pop pop soul island reggae.
Oh,
But reggae island reggae is like the base for it, and then we have elements of like soul and some pop elements as well. So.
okay. Um, the thing that I want to know for you from you is how is to grow up in an island of the Pacific and especially Guam. How was it?
Guam is it's a very small island, so it's very I mean you're 15-minute drive and you're by the water automatically. So it's very small. There's a lot of local talent on island. Guam for such a small island, there's a lot of artists and songwriters and musicians, and a lot of the culture is teaching each other how to play music, and we've really honed in. So just for such a small island, there's a lot of energy, creative energy. And so growing up in Guam, it's very island and laid back, and it seems like time ticks a lot slower back
Mhm.
in Guam. And yeah, just very island life, beautiful beaches, uh, a lot of respect and love in the culture and things like that. Very simple life.
Although you cannot say much about your song, what inspired you to choose that one for the American Song Contest?
This song is it's some I've been all pandemic. I've been working on a full length album, and this song was my favorite song for the collection. Um, and I submitted it just as a demo. It was still early in production, and I was very. It just felt right. Musically, I had leveled up from my previous recordings. The vocal styles were the keys were definitely a little bit higher, so if it pushed me to sing, break out of my normal comfort zone of singing. So yeah, it felt like the right one. Yeah.
And how is it for you after 10 years in Los Angeles? Did you did you fulfill some of your dreams, or was it as you expected?
Yes. I mean, it's never as you expect it. But yes, 10 years here in LA, man, a lot of doors have opened up. I coming from Guam, like my mentality from when I first left the island was, I didn't know what to expect at all. I didn't know what to do, to be honest. I came out here with at least 20 songs in my bag and ready to try to do something with it. I went to music school in Hollywood, Musicians Institute, back in 2011. I took an independent artist certificate course over there.
Mhm.
So it's a certificate course where they kind of show you, you take like music business class, creative writing class, performance, recording, and all things to make you a well-rounded artist, and tools you would use for your own career. So that helped me prepare for whatever I had going later down the line in LA.
Mhm.
So there's just a lot of evolution that had to happen. But now, like, I'm in the festival scenes in California and playing in the big reggae festival stages, and headlining a lot of the local shows too. So it's a great feeling, you just keep doing something and eventually something takes off. And now I get to be on American Song Contest. So that's even crazier.
Yes, I imagine. Besides going from Guam to Los Angeles, have you traveled anywhere else?
Yeah, I've played musically or just traveling.
Uh, Both.
Both music traveling. I've been a bunch of different places like Thailand, Japan, Philippines, and then musically, my favorite musical memories are playing in Mazatlan, Mexico, and Medellin, Colombia. Yeah, played two of those places were some of my best memories playing music, and most unique memories, pretty much. Yeah.
You know that the American Song Contest is coming from Europe, from the Eurovision version of it. Have you searched about it? Have you dig?
I've done a little bit. Yeah. I feel like doing too much research on the show makes me get in my thoughts too much.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of just honing in. I've just been practicing my song every day. I give myself about an hour every day to do vocal warm ups, and sing the song. And I kind of just been like tunnel vision into just the performance aspect. Not not adventuring too much into watching all a bunch of different performances. You start to think like, oh, maybe I need to do this, maybe I need to do this, but it's like I'm just trying to hone in on what I'm going to do for my set.
And from the little digging that you did, what do you feel that you liked or disliked from this European contest?
Um, there's nothing I disliked. I think it's great. I think it's amazing. It's very like grandiosa, or grandioso, whatever you want to say it. It's big. It's amazing. It's amazing with the production wise. So, the fact that American Song Contest is has the rights to use the same kind of energy. I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
Um, have you thought or prepared anything about your stage performance? How is
Yes, yes, yeah. I've been talking to the stage producers. Yeah, it's definitely going to be very island theme, and just to capsulate the energy of the song. It's it's just very island. It's like a sunset island vibe, and yeah, we definitely make it look good.
so regarding Guam, if you would send me to Greece a postcard of Guam, what kind of postcard photo would you choose?
It would definitely be a beach scene, similar to like something you would see from Hawaii. Um, yeah, the beaches are amazing on Guam. We have a lot of coral reef, a lot of beautiful um, ocean life in the water as well. Yeah, so it would definitely be some cliff sides with water, with some ocean. That's definitely yeah. It's just that's really what we got there.
And if I managed one day to come to Guam and you get me to a restaurant, would you suggest me to eat?
Okay. So Guam's really known for barbecue.
Mm.
So the fusion, the food, the way I like to say it is like the fusion of food is kind of like you have the you have the Asian influence, a lot of Japanese, even Philippine influence in the culture and food, and then you have Hispanic culture blended in, Hispanic taste blended in the food as well, and then yeah, it's
The
such a
spice,
melting pot. Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So it's like it's crazy because it's like a mixture of Asia and um, Hispanic with the United States. There's all kinds of fusion going on. Yeah, so I would definitely push you to have some barbecue, island barbecue. It's a different kind of marination. It's like a sweeter taste to the marination. And then yeah, there's a lot of food in the islands that is like locally prepared as well too. So I have a lot of friends who have like small restaurants, mom and pops restaurants, and those are some of my favorites to go to.
And with what are you accompanying the food? With beer, wine, any other drinks? Something typical of Guam.
Yes, I would say beer. There's a big surge in the craft beers on Guam at the moment. A lot of my peers and my friends I grew up with now are owning their own micro dispenser or breweries, microbreweries. Yes. Yeah. So they make small batch, really good small batch brews. Um, yeah. So definitely some good beers and brews in Guam with some good barbecue. Yeah.
Nice. Um, if you could imagine yourself in the American Song Contest stage and you could invite any artist you like personally to sing along your song, whom would you choose?
Ooh, that's a question right there. It would probably be to sing along with me, right? You said.
Yes?
That's a tough one. Um, it's hard to say. I mean, I would like it would most likely be a reggae artist that I look up to. Someone like Fiji, maybe Fiji, J Bug, something along those lines. Really big reggae names in the Polynesian island scene.
And if you can imagine yourself winning the contest, what would it mean for you as James?
It would mean a lot, but at the same time, you know, I'm not focusing too much on the idea of winning, and it's more of just being on the show is a win itself. Just getting to showcase my song is a win itself. And to meet a lot of the other artists on the show and connect with those people, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to do the same thing. Sometimes the mentality of trying to win can get a little cutthroat.
Mhm.
Um, some people take it too far. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best, and I'm wishing the best of luck to everybody. I'm just gonna do the best I can do and put my best foot forward, and just see how it goes from there. Very laid back to the island style.
And who's going to be in the studio there cheering for you?
In the studio for one of my performance, I got my mom and dad will be there. They're flying out from Guam to watch. Um, yeah, so they're really excited. Then my two sisters from Las Vegas, they'll be out there as well with their other halves, and yeah, and so it should be a good time. Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. Um, uh, Regarding your achievements, how hard? Because everyone says, "Let's go to the America to live our dreams." Um, how hard is for an artist to fulfill his dreams in the US? What's your impression?
It is very challenging, but I just like I said earlier, it's like I feel like if you like when I first came out, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I had no idea what steps I would take. Even though I went to music school and they had showed me a kind of a direction, but they gave me a very Hollywood format direction to attack the music scene. Um, but the Hollywood format doesn't work for the reggae scene
Mhm.
in nationwide. It's a different kind of there's a different shift to it. So it's very challenging, but I feel like if you just have to believe in what you do and have believe in your craft and your art and just keep getting better at it. Um, and try not to compare yourself to everybody else around you. Just try to do your thing and be the best you can be. Put and just perform as much as you can. Really, you never know who's in the crowd. A lot of my opportunities have come from people just catching me at a show. So yeah, it's challenging, but I always tell my friends. I have some musician friends who move out from Guam and decide to like do it out here as well. I tell them like two 2 3 years, give yourself 2 3 years. Don't like 2 3 years of really trying. Even just start playing happy hour gigs at restaurants and bars like that, and just start from there. My biggest advice when I was telling my friends that when they first came out was, if you can't get your own gig, just go for open mics. They have Los Angeles has directories of open mics where you can go and perform one or two songs, right? When I first came out, I moved. My school was in Hollywood,
Mhm.
and I looked up a directory of open mics, and I went all around Southern California, and I was doing these open mics, and it would just be like one or two songs you would perform. But then it's usually at a bar or some kind of setting like that where they would hire a music act. So I would play one or two songs, and then after I perform, every now and then they would offer me my own gig for the week. So it just started from there, yeah. And it got to the point where 3 years later, I was playing like 6 nights a week. Sometimes double gigs a day. Yeah, so you just keep on working, and things will happen. You just got to keep
And,
moving, and keep
and
trying to.
and sticking into your dream, believe in it.
Yeah, you have to believe in yourself. That's the number one thing, and it gets challenging because we have there's a lot of challenges with like mental health and things like um people around you who maybe think you're not as good as you should be, but it's all a growing process. It's all a growing process, a slow growing process, but you have to keep watering your plant.
Um, to whom are you dedicating your song for the American Song Contest?
I would say I wrote the song for my other half. We have two beautiful kids. Um, yeah, and a dog. Yeah. So yeah, I'm dedicating the song to my other half. I wrote it for her. Wrote it with her in mind. She's also from Guam. We live out in California now, raising our family out here. And yeah, I would 100% dedicate the song to her. It's about her.
In Guam, are you speaking in English or Spanish or what's the language
Yeah.
in Guam?
So Guam has their own language. It's called Chamorro. Um, but English is also one of the main languages spoken on Guam.
Okay.